you've just dropped out of a top-tier university. Instead of sitting in some pristine, high-tech corporate lab somewhere, you're out there running your family's rural machine shop. Well, this is exactly where your mundane, everyday world is about to collide head-on with absolutely world-altering technology.
You know, the grease on your hands is literally the only thing grounding you to reality as you stand in that dusty rural workshop. You're just staring at the flickering screen of the Titan system. It's this humming, super processing platform that your former university classmates know absolutely nothing about. Then, out of nowhere, your quiet life gets totally interrupted when your old friend Gary gives you a call. He asks you to build a quote-unquote model airplane for a competition. But here's the kicker. He has an unlimited budget. In that exact moment, you realize you aren't just going to build a toy. No, you decide you're going to build a god.
So you take the conceptual images Gary sent over and you feed them directly into the Titan system. Now, it doesn't just spit out schematics for a cute little balsa wood glider. Instead, it gives you the complete structural data for what's known as the Ghost Fighter. For 6 solid days, your little factory just roars. You end up manufacturing a 42-ton steel monster, complete with these fluid aerodynamic lines and a stunning silver-gray metallic luster. And you don't just stop at the chassis either. Right there in your shop, you integrate a phased array radar, an actual plasma cannon, and an omnidirectional vector engine. It's absolutely incredible.
Fast forward to 1 a.m. You're dropping off this massive, 18-meter-long craft right in the middle of the university sports field. You just leave Gary standing there holding a $100,000 credit card bill for the materials, and you give him one very simple piece of instruction, the startup code. Just 3 numbers, 828. Then you just walk away, leaving him completely, utterly unaware of the sheer power sitting right there on the university grass.
So you're watching from the sidelines as Gary climbs into the cockpit. He genuinely thinks it's just a high-end simulation, right? So he punches in the code, 828. Immediately, the massive fuselage starts trembling. An AI voice intones crystal clear, loading weapons system module. Before anyone can even process what is happening or, try to stop him, these piercing blue flames just erupt from the vector nozzles. The craft doesn't just casually lift off, it violently pierces the sky. It literally breaks the sound barrier, leaving behind this conical vapor cloud that plunges the entire campus into a state of total, utter chaos. While the Air Force is frantically scrambling their jets to intercept this unknown craft, you realize the absolute magnitude of the power you've just unleashed. At that exact moment, an enemy duckblade drone, which is supposed to be the absolute peak of Western stealth technology, is invading your airspace. But hey, stealth means absolutely nothing to your creation. Your radar, built in a humble little shop sitting right next to a cornfield, detects the invading stealth drone from a staggering distance of 700 kilometers away. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's like seeing across entire countries. Through a direct encrypted link, you start issuing commands to the Ghost Fighter. First off, it executes a flawless Cobra maneuver. That's an aerial drift so sharp it seems to completely defy Newton's laws of physics. It tails the intruder perfectly, but, you don't just shoot it down immediately. As a bit of a warm welcome, you command the Ghost Fighter to dump fuel all over the drone before utterly obliterating it with a ghostly blue plasma laser beam. Just wow.
Well, after a display of power like that, your quiet rural life is officially over. Military jeeps and national-level experts, including a top guy named Thomas Young, come descending upon your small village. These high-level officials expect to walk into this pristine, multi-billion-dollar high-tech lab. Instead, they find themselves standing in a dusty village shop with handwritten signs advertising things like satellite dusting and missile polishing. You really can't make this stuff up.
So you show the military brass your big secret, the super processing platform. It's this one-of-a-kind modification that is inexplicably capable of 3D printing nanomaterials, wait for it, entirely inside a modified pressure cooker. Crazy, right? So you make them an offer. You tell them you'll give the country the technology for free, but you settle on taking a 10% commission. Because as you so bluntly tell them, your production capacity down in this village is pretty limited, and at the end of the day, you still need to make a living, right? But here is the thing. The Ghost Fighter was just the beginning. To handle what the military calls pests down in the southern waters, you pivot your focus from the sky straight to the sea. You activate a brand new protocol called the Sky Tiger system to manufacture 30 robotic sharks. And let me tell you, these are definitely not aquatic toys. They are equipped with titanium manganese alloy teeth, boast a crushing bite force of 200 tons, and can cut through the ocean at an incredible speed of 200 knots. They are literal sea monsters. To actually deploy this operation, which they call Operation Megalodon, you partner up with a businesswoman named Sarah. The stakes here are incredibly high, and the compensation absolutely matches it. You sign a massive contract worth a staggering $600 million. Your mission? To deploy your robotic sharks and systematically clear out thousands of enemy underwater sonars from the ocean depths.
But those ocean depths, they're really just a prelude to the final showdown. Before you know it, you find yourself right back where it all started, sitting inside the cockpit of the Ghost Fighter. Only this time, you're participating in a highly publicized, live-streamed military exercise. And your target isn't some wooden training dummy. No, your target is a formidable three-nation coalition that's completely arrayed against you. You are piloting the Ghost Fighter, just 5 meters above the cresting ocean waves, pushing that omnidirectional vector engine to a blistering Mach 4. You are moving at just immense speeds, weaving through a dense, deadly rain of incoming enemy missiles with the effortless agility of a swallow. It's a true edge-of-your-seat moment. You manage to break right through their defenses and reach the absolute crowning jewel of the enemy's fleet, the Ford aircraft carrier. But instead of dropping a traditional bomb to destroy it, you execute a completely different strategy. You dump yellow fuel directly onto the carrier's bustling deck. The fuel ignites, causing an immediate and chaotic fire. The sheer panic is so intense that the enemy defenders literally open fire on each other in the confusion. It is a total tactical masterpiece.
As the smoke finally clears, you fly back home, now formally escorted by a fleet of state-of-the-art national fighters. You look down at your hands, realizing you are no longer just a university dropout running a family machine shop. You, my friend, are the architect of an entirely new era. You've proven to the whole world that the most devastatingly powerful weapons don't always have to come from a billionaire's pristine laboratory. Sometimes they emerge from the grease and grit of a rural village, built by a person with the right system. So, having rewritten the rules of global power from a modified pressure cooker, what will you build next?